Na we were expressing our sentiment that we feel no constitutional provision restricting midnight appointments covers the appointment of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. So for me, yes, I signed that statement and that was my interpretation of the law. I stand by that interpretation. And this was something I also told the defense team when they invited me to become a spokesperson. I told them I signed this public statement and this is my opinion. I hope there was no problems with my opinion. And they said they have no problems because for me, this is my own interpretation of the law. And the Supreme Court has spoken at that time na according to their interpretation, this appointment of the justices of the Supreme Court is not covered by that restriction. For them, it covers the executive, and they said that if the drafters of the Constitution meant to include that prohibition for the judiciary, then they would have clearly provided for that exception as well, or if they would have indicated it there. So for me, I guess that's one thing I like about our country. You can have your own interpretation of the law. As lawyers, we read the law, we have our own interpretation. But I'm not arrogant to say that I know better than the justices of the Supreme Court. So if that's their interpretation and I read it and it's reasonable, then I have to respect the institution and the Supreme Court decision. It doesn't affect my view that for Justice of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice, to accept an appointment which was upheld by the Supreme Court, I don't believe that's a ground for impeachment. That's a different issue.
Let's just make it clear, ma'am. Dineclare na yan.
Yes, yeah.
When they said na gusto pa namin maging spokesperson, alam nila.
Yes, alam nila. You can ask all of them. Yeah.
In today's palace press briefing, sinabi ni Yusek Malve na it's quite interesting daw yung change mo of perspective. What do you have to say about that?
I haven't changed my perspective. You know, if you're a lawyer, you have your own mind, you have your own interpretation of the law. That's why we have cases that represent different sides. Kaya meron mga legal memoranda which represent different views and interpretations of the law. That's what's happening inside here, the impeachment court. Now, we have a different reading of, for instance, paragraph 2.4 that it's not covered, it's not expected. That's beautiful about our country. We're a democracy. You can express your views. So for me, that's my view and that's my interpretation of the law. And now, if you ask me if that's enough to impeach the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, if there's a Supreme Court decision upholding it and then you accept your appointment, then that's not an impeachable offense in my view. So these are two separate issues that we should not intertwine. And I don't deny anything. Yes, I signed that public statement and I want to uphold a country where we can express our views and our own opinion and that these opinions will not be taken against us. I hope that's what they apply with our justices of the Supreme Court as well.
Don't you find it weird that something like this would come up right after the issue about the 50 million mansion of state prosecutor in question?
Well, maybe, I don't know, I don't want to make judgments, but then if they're trying to bring this up because they're starting to get criticisms for people in the prosecution as to their personal character, then I hope they're not launching a personal attack on other people in the defense as well. So, you know, I hope we stick by rules of fairness and being fair and not, you know, not playing, I don't know, not trying to attack other people, because let's not get distracted. This is an impeachment proceeding and let's stick by the impeachment and the impeachment.
You said they're referring to.
Well, if this is, I didn't watch the press briefing, but you're saying this is from Malacanang, so this came from Malacanang.